This is how my 48 hours looked like. I grabbed a flight to Cambodia, drove to the Auckland airport, boarded a plane, flew 12 hours to Singapore, hopped off the plane, cleared customs, grabbed my bag, died in the heat, ate my weight in food, slept, woke up the next day, hopped in a taxi, grabbed my ticket, jumped back on the plane, saw a great view, hopped off the plane, sweated some more, and welcome to Cambodia.
Good morning everyone, so this is day 1 in Cambodia, currently in Siem Reap. We'll be here for 3 days. So today is the floating market, tomorrow is Angkor Wat, and the third day we are going for a cooking class, and I'm so excited for that. It is so hot, it is probably like 30 degrees already, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, let's go.
So on the very first day I packed my gear and headed over to the floating village that is in Tonle Sap Lake, which is apparently home to 4 main accessible floating villages. So once you purchase your ticket, you can hop on to these kind of old wooden boats that is made up of wooden chairs and creaky floorboards. And the drivers make their way to the villages passing anything from boats, houses, water buffalo, kids playing in the water. And after about a 15-minute boat ride, you start to arrive at the village and all you can see is hundreds of these floating houses. And I passed a school and they were at recess. So at recess, these kids were just jumping from boat to boat and literally hanging off their school like with their feet in the water. So it was quite cool to see, it was so cute. I've never seen it before, so So I saw so many houses. So there were these huge houses, small tin houses, even dogs were inside the house like a household pet, sleeping in the house that's floating on water. Anyway, we got to the main tourist place and there were just dogs around and kids like paddling in these cutout boats, like paddling in these boats that were just cut out from these, I think, like huge plastic barrels. Oh, and it turned out to be like a miniature crocodile farm, which sold anything from crocodile jerky to salted crocodile eggs to crocodile hand keychains. It was quite hard to see like crocodiles being locked up like that, but I guess it's just their way of like sourcing an animal as food and other materials. You need to be careful around areas like these. They are really touristy and things are slightly more expensive, obviously, than what you could get locally. And that's because they definitely know you're a tourist, so they just hike that price up. Even the kids know how to act around tourists. If you take a photo, they'll just hop in and be like, oh, it costs $1 to take a photo with us, or they'll start like massaging your back. And so yeah, just be really careful. They know what they're doing, definitely. But besides that, I love the floating village. I'm so happy I went. It is such a great experience, so I really recommend doing it. So on day 2, we visited the big Angkor Wat temple. I was super excited for this. There is definitely a dress code out of respect that your pants must cover your knee and your shirts have to cover your shoulders, so no singlets and things like that. They will not let you in if you don't comply with these rules, and that's just out of respect. So the Angkor Wat temple is the largest and most popular of the Angkor temples. It is considered to be a World Heritage Site and one of the oldest 7 wonders of the world. So the temple was built by a Khmer king. So it was dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, but then later converted into a Buddhist temple. So the upper level of Angkor Wat is open to the public, but you're only allowed to be up there for about 20 minutes and you go in by batches, so maybe like a couple of people at a time. That's just because of the weight of the people. So if it gets too heavy up there, because there's so many people, it could essentially collapse and everything could come down, and yeah. So the line to get up to the top level can get pretty long and it can get pretty hot, so hang in there because it's definitely worth it. This temple is the Bayon Temple, which has 54 towers and 216 carved faces. So on the towers there are 4 faces, one on each side, that represent the king, and that he's essentially looking everywhere, north, south, east, and west. Many people and monks go there to pray, and some monks give blessings, like in this video here. So I donated some money and they bless you, and they tie a red bracelet on your wrist that is not supposed to be taken off until it breaks or come off. And it's supposed to give you special protecting and guidance. I'm sure there is a deeper meaning to it as well. Every temple was built by hand, pretty much without any machinery. So for example, the big blocks they used that were made out of sandstone, they rubbed them against each other so they would smooth out. So just like a jigsaw puzzle, they created locks with the blocks so they wouldn't move and they would stay in place. So the amount of detail you see in these temples are insane. There are so many beautiful hand carvings that describe old tales and statuettes such as Aspra Woman. I think tickets costed around $35 for 1-day pass, and I know you can get up to 3 days pass. And the money from the ticket goes towards the restorations of the temples because they are naturally falling apart and breaking. They literally find the correct broken pieces and match them up kind of like a jigsaw. And many trees grow over the temples naturally, like this one at one of the temples, which was part of where the movie Tomb Raider was filmed. So a lot of people say to go there in the early mornings because these temples can get seriously crowded, especially Angkor Wat sunrise and sunset and during the tourist times. So on the third and final day, I went for the cooking class at the Bong Tom homestay. But first, I got the chance to see local Cambodian market. A lot of locals sell goods from their trucks and street side stalls, and they sell anything like pots, petrol in bottles, stuffed frogs, fresh cut fruit, and nets for fishing. The fresh local market sold everything from fresh fruit, dried fish, vegetables, and fresh meats that just hung from hooks or displayed on the tables. These are locally sourced, and when I mean fresh, I really mean fresh. They have to buy today and eat today. That's just because these markets don't have any refrigeration and everything is pretty much fresh. So when we got to the cooking class, we started learning 2 popular Cambodian dishes, which is a green mango salad and a steamed fish amok, which is essentially a curry. So I learned it from a chef in an outdoor kitchen in a field where dogs were just laying and rolling around. So it was so cute and so cool to see. I do not recommend doing a cooking class if you don't like cooking, but it is really fun. It's cool to do with friends as well. So that concludes my Cambodia Siem Reap trip. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, you guys liked it, and that it does help some of you guys that want to travel there. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'll leave all my social media links in the link below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!